guys, welcome to episode 5 of season 2 here at Chelsea. With some good league form yesterday, we're able to grab ourselves up into the top 4 spots, although Tottenham below us do have a game in hand. We're only above them on goal difference. Arsenal also a game in hand, they're in 6th, but you know, we're top 6 outright. And then moving further down, Manchester City recovering slightly. Liverpool with a game in hand could go up towards the middle of the table with victory if they can grab one. We have 3 games in the month of November. See, the European football conundrum is frustrating. I'm recording this before you guys have seen yesterday's episode, so I'm not sure what the reaction has been like. I hope it's supportive and positive, and you guys are continuing to watch the series. So we'll certainly, if you want to see the full extent of the situation, then watch the first 5 minutes or so of yesterday's episode. But basically, no European football now because the game's bugged, or this save has bugged because there's an issue, or it's one of the many issues with career mode this year. So no international football for us this year. Thankfully, we won the Champions League last year, so we can try our best to win as much on the domestic stage as possible right now. And then we'll just see what happens after that. But Watford, Fulham and Newcastle today. Not 3 of the most glamorous ties, but certainly 3 ties that you need to take a good haul of points from if you want to be considered one of the best teams in the league. So hopefully we can do that. It's a good opportunity for those that haven't necessarily been in the first team picture that regularly to have an opportunity to play. We're going to give Hudson-Odoi a start on the right hand side ahead of Sancho. We're going to give Mason Mount the opportunity to play in the first team as well. Kovacic has grown to 85. Pulisic is up to 83. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is also up to 83 now. Rodrigo's been in great goal scoring form, so giving him a continued opportunity. Obviously, Reece James is stepping in at right back now as our former left back, or current injured left back, Ben Chilwell, is out for 2 months with an injury picked up in the last episode. So a good chance for a number of players to impress. And Rodrigo certainly did that in the last episode, and he's getting his reward with the first team spot. So if others can do the same, then maybe they can force their way into the first team picture as well. The aim, probably a minimum of 7 points today, but I'd love 9. We'll wait and see what happens. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of this series, or subsequently any further series that comes after this that might be arriving sooner rather than or sooner than we initially thought. But Watford away is where we shall start. Watford starting lineup: Ben Foster in goal for them as expected. Thomas Meunier at right back with Kabasele, Rekic and Baba Rahman, formerly of Chelsea of course. Isaac Success, new signing Valverde in the middle with Capu and Pereira. And then De La Feu and Morales up top for Watford. Danny Welbeck on the bench. Don't expect them to be able to bring too much in the way of impact players from that bench, but the starting 11 is certainly decent. So Watford aren't going to be a pushover here, especially on their own patch. Ready? Sharp turn. He's got away from Kovacic. Still going. He's Isaac Success. Very, very fast. Thomas Meunier. Out muscled by Pulisic. Also very, very fast. Can't get to that first and go. Look, he's done well. Oh, space for Callum Hudson-Odoi to break into. Wasn't able to score in real life against Southampton the other day, but he, with a heavy touch, and he's in. No, the ball's cannoning around. As Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham continue to score the goals for Chelsea in real life, Hudson-Odoi is having an impact on the first team, but not yet really scoring as many goals as perhaps he should do from that role. We haven't been able to properly utilise him in this save either. That certainly wasn't meant for Rodrigo there. I was trying to find Reece James on the overlap, but never mind. We'll see if Callum Hudson-Odoi can have the desired impact in the full 90 minutes today, but he's certainly going to have to do better than he did in that particular moment. And we might even be going 1-0 down if it weren't for the strong left leg of Kepa Arrizabalaga. Valverde nearly scoring what might well be his first goal for Watford. They only signed him off the shin of the keeper. They only signed him in the summer. And we're only at the beginning of October here. Or is it November? Oh, Kante can't keep it off the line. And thumped home by Isaac Success, I think it is. Watford 1-0 up here at Vicarage Road. Could he have kept that out? I'm not sure. On the volley, it's a great corner routine. He's held Koulibaly off there. On the volley, keeper tries. Oh, here's Kante on the hand, I think, rather than his head. Love a look from behind the goal. Or look at a better angle at least. And Kante, yeah, he's like stood there, and then it hits him on the hand, and he does that rather than move towards it. All happened very quickly, though. Probably couldn't have expected him to do much more than that. Watford 1-0 up early on, but Wolves did the same, and we still came away with a very good victory, so we'll hope for the same. Good footwork to work it to Etienne Capoue. Kovacic working hard in the middle, but not able to get it off him. Oh, the Frenchman has got Kovacic on strings here, going one way then the other. Valverde with a lovely ball out here to Baba. Hudson-Odoi does well to win it back. He gives possession away again. Deulofeu got to be wary of the run. Here's Pereira. Good block by Reece James. Win that, please. Well up, Koulibaly. Fully expected him to win that header against Gerard Deulofeu. Mason Mount does well, but Deulofeu gets a foot in on Kante, and they're still coming here, Watford. Pereira again. Reece James does well again at right back. Nice to see him having the impact here. He's going to be playing a lot more football than he has been recently with the injury to Ben Chilwell. Hudson-Odoi is in now. And Kante's there if we can pull it back for the Frenchman, and he's made up for his mistake. He may have been at fault, or questions asked of him when Watford's goal went in. Could he have done more at the near post? Well, he's certainly done more at the other end. Lovely run by Hudson-Odoi, and pulled that back beautifully to be swept home by N'Golo. Wonderful goal, really pleased with that. We said we went behind against Wolves, but fought back early on, and were able to then get a convincing victory. That's step one done. Now we need to go and score some more. Pereira. He's got away from me there. He's doing really well here, Roberto Pereira. Cross could come in, perhaps, and does so. Win that, Fikayo. Tomori's up well. He's been seeing first team football at a premium this season, Tomori, after a solid enough season last year. Oh, it's a lovely ball through to Morales, and Kepa perhaps could have held that, but at least it's away from danger for the time being. Tomori up at 77 rated now, I think. Oh, and I was in control of him, and then switched me to Kovacic, and Tomori was probably in the better position to clear that up the field rather than give them another corner, but we'll see what happens from that second delivery. And it's good again. Koulibaly up to get it only as far as Valverde, looking to get the goal that he was denied earlier. And he's denied again. Kepa with his left leg once, now with both hands firmly gripped on the ball. Hudson-Odoi is looking to make an impact in behind that right-hand side again. They keep covering him off now, wary of the run in behind, but we'll try and switch it to the other side perhaps. Try with Pulisic instead. Rodrigo, it's Kante that's on the run. It's a terrible pass. Looks like it's going to be 1-1 at half-time here against Watford, but it's been a hard-fought game so far. I said I wanted minimum 7 points. If we do get a draw here, it would mean we would have to beat Fulham and Newcastle to guarantee I reach the minimum requirement that we've set for ourselves from this episode. But certainly, like we mentioned at the beginning, these are 3 games that you would expect Chelsea to win. So I will be trying my absolute darndest to win them. But I think Rodrigo might just have been offside there anyway. That's half-time, Mount. Hudson-Odoi's there. They sat in now, Watford, at the beginning of this second half. Just putting a lot of men behind the ball. But hopefully we can pick them apart. Mason Mount steps away from the challenge nicely there. Just trying to use some good footwork to keep possession. Kovacic has Kante. It's Hudson-Odoi to Kante again. Or lift it, looking for Reece James. And he's in here. If I can find someone in the middle, we might be able to get ourselves a goal to go in front. Hudson-Odoi will get that across there to Kovacic. Oh, he sat up nicely initially and bobbled awkwardly in front of him when he actually had the shot. But it was drifting towards that far top corner. A way to hit it just there as it sat up. He took an extra touch and then had the shot. It was on target and going in, so Ben Foster had to react to that. And that's a good ball in. Koulibaly's up. Yeah. That's not going in, is it? Into space, maybe, but not into the goal. Deulofeu. Nice tackle by Tomori. Keep that in. He hasn't been able to. It'll be a Watford throw. I'm making a couple of changes. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is coming on for Mason Mount in the cam role, and then Jorginho is going to come on deeper in place of Kovacic. Try and thread some passes perhaps with Jorginho if we can. Use him as kind of a deep-lying playmaker. Kepa could easily have caught that, but Watford will have the corner. He's barking out instructions. I feel like barking some at him myself. Pulisic just look to accelerate away here and get away from them now and maybe catch them on some sort of counter-attack. And he has got the space to run into here, Christian Pulisic, and I've got support as well. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is here, waiting on the edge of the box. We'll get it to Callum Hudson-Odoi. I mentioned he hasn't been scoring enough goals for us recently, but he has one now. Watford 1, Chelsea 2. We're in front, and the man who just as last season, I questioned Tammy and I questioned Mason Mount when they weren't scoring enough goals. and they both stepped up. I've done the same here, questioning Callum Hudson-Odoi's first team contributions, in real life as well, to be fair, and he stepped up and scored a goal, and with the assist as well, to be fair, for the Kante one earlier in the first half as well. Good performance from Callum. Really pleased with that. It's his first goal of the league season, and we are in front now, from behind. It's Karen Rekic through the gap there to Etienne Capoue. Here's De La Feu, the run of Valverde coming from the midfield there, and of course the man through the middle, Morales, who he's looked for here, and Morales out to Meunier, dropped free, and Hakimi will get rid of it, please, thank you. He got absolutely nailed after the ball had gone there. Lovely little back heel. Just play the ball about. Oh, that was meant for, both of those were meant for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, dearie me, that was dangerous. N'Golo Kante forward there to Rodrigo. Despite his great goal-scoring record recently, hasn't actually overly impressed in this game. So we might see Tammy back in the starting lineup for the next one. And maybe I'll give Rodrigo one more. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's allowed one off day before we just send him to the bench again. Here's Ruben Loftus-Cheek, took that in his stride really well. We take the advantage, and we'll have the... Oh, he's given a pen. I was going to say we'll have the advantage and the free kick on the edge of the box. He's going to book Karen Rekic here. And is that for a foul on Ruben Loftus-Cheek? It is. Oh, ref. You are... Yeah, even I'd have that reaction as the man that the decision has gone for. Let's have a look here and have a quick see. I'm so certain that Rekic there has gotten all of the ball. Lovely take by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. There was a foul earlier on that was not given. He's holding him off nicely, and then Rekic comes in here, and I mean, how I've been given a penalty there, I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. But we will take it, and hopefully grab ourselves a goal. Rodrigo will be the man to step up. I'm going to look bottom right, I think. Try and pop it there. See how we do. I'm not going to time it at all. Just going to make sure we sweep at home. Well, he hasn't had the best of days, Rodrigo here, but he's got himself the goal. So, whilst he continues to score, we will continue to start him. His 5th goal of the Premier League season, his 6th goal in 4 games. And we're going to get all 3 points and actually are going to match the scoreline that we got against Wolves yesterday. Right then, it was Fulham and then Newcastle, I think, for the other two. Let's head to Craven Cottage now. Or are they heading to us? I can't remember. I'm playing the same 11 here that we just played against Watford. So they earned the right to play again. Fabricio, Christie, Egan, Mawson and Bryan make up their defence and goalkeeper. Seri, Zambo Anguissa and Tom Kearney as captain in their midfield, with Baluta, Kamara and Amrabat as a front three. Fulham's side is not that strong. I would expect a dominant performance here, but whether we'll get one or not remains to be seen. But we are firm favourites. It's Joe Bryan pushing forward from left back. Looking to get in behind N'Golo Kante, and he's done well. And Kamara gets that ahead of Tomori, and we're 1-0 down early doors again. We've got to stop doing that. I go through phases where I'll either be the side to score early or the side that concedes early. Reece James out of position. Kante tried his best to get there. Tomori was initially the right side and then the wrong, and just misjudged the flight of the ball. Kamara turns it home, and Fulham have themselves a 10th minute lead. His first goal of the league season, Kamara. The highest rated striker, and only the first time he's found the back of the net. I think that sums up the sort of season Fulham are having in the Premier League this year. Not sure where they are on the table, but it certainly can't be that high. Rodrigo looking to accelerate away here, and he has got the pace to burn, and he's left them all behind. We'll look to drill this into the middle, but can't find Mason Mount coming in on the edge of the 6-yard box. Fabricio is probably, hopefully, going to have his goal peppered with shots over the next few minutes. Fingers crossed some of them can go in. Here's Pulisic into Rodrigo again. Oh, again, looking to utilise that pace. We'll drill it hard and low, and there's the finish. Rodrigo is turning into quite the deadly goal scorer for us. Chelsea 1, Fulham 1. We certainly weren't behind for long. Oh, that's a poor throw. I got to that first. Rodrigo could be sent away here. And I've got options in the middle as well, but he might not need them. Rodrigo has pace to burn, and he can finish really nicely as well. His second goal in 10 minutes or so in this first half. Fulham 1-0 up after 10, and then 1 goal down after 24. Rodrigo is a machine. There were some people questioning why I bought Rodrigo. I think, to be fair, the past 2 episodes, his goal-scoring record proves exactly why we went for him. 7 goals in the Premier League now. Tammy Abraham is going to have his work cut out to get back in this first team, by the way things are looking at the minute. Or perhaps give him the chance to retain that first team spot against Newcastle in the next and final game. But the way things are going so far, Rodrigo is the man on fire. Although, there are some fires at the back of our defence as well. I can't seem to keep a clean sheet to save my life. More defensive mistakes from me. Shocker. Win that header. Well up, Koulibaly. Mount will bring it down. I need support first. I can't just rely on Rodrigo up top against 4 defenders and 3 midfielders. He's good, but he's not that good. A little ball roll. Kante intercepts well. Get that out here to Hudson-Odoi and into Rodrigo. It's great footwork, but still loses possession despite it. Jean-Michel Seri driving forward for Fulham here, and Amrabat's got space to get into in behind Reece James, who's really struggling for positional sense in his games so far. Keeps getting lost way up the field. That's hit him in the face and will go out for a corner to Fulham. And are they going to end the half by going in front? One hell of a story. If they go 1-0 up, to then go 2-1 down, to then go 3-2 up in the space of 45 minutes worth of football. Rodrigo can't get it out of his feet quickly enough to do anything with it. Here's Jean-Michel Seri through to Christie, and if it weren't for Kepa's save, they would have gone 3-2 up. This is much more of an even game than I was hoping it would be. Fulham on paper are not very good at all, but seemingly on grass, they're a really capable outfit, but offside there, and that will take us to half-time at 2-2. Here's Amrabat. I'll have that. No, I won't. I'm trying. No, I'm definitely not going to get it. Here's Kearney. Into Amrabat again. They've really been trying to isolate Reece James at right back in this game, and he has been quite vulnerable for the majority of the fixtures so far. Baluta, oh, through the legs! Get there! Oh, he's offside. The ball will not quite cross the line. Yeah, Reece James has been a weak point in this first team in this game. He wasn't that bad against Watford, but they've just picked him apart on numerous occasions in this fixture. In the next one against Newcastle, I might move Hakimi back to right back and bring in Emerson at left back and see if we're a little bit more solid that way around. We'll wait and see. Rodrigo will just dink this. Oh, it's a gorgeous little scoop. He's full of confidence, but couldn't make it pay off, unfortunately. 10 minutes into the second half, and we're still locked at 2-2. Oh, it's nicely done. I had to find the right pass there, and we've done exactly that. And on the edge here, we'll find Hakimi again. Hakimi's deflected and actually probably took it closer to going into the back of the net than the original effort. Well up, Matteo. He's done really nicely there. And Pulisic's there to pick up the loose ball. Mason Mount in support. Go out here to Hakimi, who stayed forward. Rodrigo on a hat-trick, but can't feed him in. Mount will get to that first, though. Reece James through to Rodrigo. Round the corner to Mason Mount. Dropped the shoulder. Passed the challenge. Forgot the ball. Got changes waiting to be made here. Sancho's coming on in a central role. And then Leon Goretzka's going to come on in central midfield to add a little bit more physicality. Keep trying to look in behind Reece James with Amrabat. I'm determined not to let them score a third. But of all the games that we had in today's episode, I didn't expect this one to be the one that we'd have drawn. Hudson-Odoi is looking to break in behind here. And I've got Rodrigo that I could look for his hat-trick. There it is. He's not Rodrigo, he's RODRIGOAL today. It's the obvious pun to make, but when he bags a hat-trick, you've got to use it, haven't you? RODRIGOAL makes it Chelsea 3, Fulham 2. A man on fire right now. Kamara, nice step in by Tomori, but can't get rid of it. Kante stepping in, but he can't get rid of it either. Here's Kamara again. Tomori, just pinballing around. They've hit the base of the post here. Thankfully, Pulisic is alive to the danger, but still Baluta turns, and Fulham will equalise. I get there first with Pulisic, and I've turned... He's turned with no control really at all. It's like he's stopped the ball and then run off the pitch. Oh, come on. I worked so hard to get myself 3-2 in front, and all that work's undone. Looks like it'll be 7 points from today's episode as a maximum, rather than the 9, unless we can perform some form of miracle in the final few minutes. Tammy Abraham has come off the bench here. Callum Hudson-Odoi is looking to make the run in behind, but Tammy can't get it out of his feet. even concede on the counter. Don't tell me Fulham are going to win it by 4-3. Get there Tomori. He hasn't, you know. And Kamara's in, and they're playing the ball about here. Kamara, Anguissa. Oh, it nearly was 4-3 Fulham. From the corner, which will be the last action. We're certainly not going to win it now. Punch. He's going to blow his whistle here. Oh, jeez. A 3-3 draw against Fulham. 1-0 to them. 2-1 to me. They pull it back level. We go in front again. Then they pull it back level again. And I can't look beyond my own mistakes in that game. My own defensive mistakes. Liverpool 2, Leeds 2. Manchester City win the Manchester derby there. Palace draw with Spurs. Newcastle beat Watford. Oh, Newcastle beat Watford as they pull away from us in the league there. We've really lost some momentum there. We've Newcastle next, actually, in a week's time. And I think for a game against a side that are challenging at the top of the table, probably going to go back to the strongest possible 11 I could put out, including Emerson at left back and Hakimi back at right back, because Reece James has been a weak point. Jorginho's unhappy as well, apparently. His lack of first team football. Sorry, pal. Hakimi's happy that he's getting loads of first team football. You're welcome, pal. Newcastle's 11. Dubravka in goal for Newcastle. Yedlin, Leyoun, Lascelles, Dummett and Ritchie as the back five, expecting Yedlin and Ritchie to push a long way forward. Shelvey, Milner and Jonathan Dos Santos as their midfield three, with Almiron and Alan San-Maximin up top as a front two. They've got Dwight Gale to call upon on the bench as well if they need yet more pace off the bench. Could be a very, very quick Newcastle 11 at this one. Especially with DeAndre Yedlin down the right. Mentioned he's going to get forward. Immediately doing exactly that. And Koulibaly just gets that. Oh! Strike first time from Jonjo Shelvey. He'll take the corner himself as well. Good save by Kepa. We nearly conceded early doors again. I really want to avoid that this time. Jonathan Dos Santos, he's tried the same. Smacking it first time. And thankfully the deflection goes away from goal rather than out for a corner or into the back of the net. I've returned Goretzka to the starting lineup here at Cam. Hakimi's now at the right. Emerson at left back. Rudiger's back into the starting lineup as well for Tomori. He's 85 rated now as well. I've continued with Hudson-Odoi and Rodrigo just because they've been the two players that have stood out in today's episode. And this could be another goal for Rodrigo. Dip! Oh, I just put too much on it. I didn't feel comfortable enough trying to drill it low. I thought the keeper would just save it with his feet. So I tried to lift it over him, but I've put too much on it. Went for the cheeky, wasn't successful. Hudson-Odoi. And then to Goretzka. Is Kante going to push forward? No, he's just going to stand there. Okay. Rodrigo will get this to Hudson-Odoi. Oh, lovely drop with his shoulder. Callum Hudson-Odoi for 1-0. No, good save to Dubravka. Yedlin heads away on his fouls and N'Golo Kante will knock that down. And Goretzka will lash that home. That's a top quality finish. He's been scoring some good goals for us, Leon Goretzka. Certainly raised the game in that cam roll. Scored a brilliant goal yesterday, whipping it into the top corner. This one just whipped low instead. Chelsea fans going ballistic. They're absolutely delighted, as am I. Brilliant finish. Clearance is good enough, but Kante falls to, and how's that for a first-time hit? Like a rocket into the bottom corner. We're going to see it from behind, no, but you see the technique here, perfect. Everything about that finish was perfect. Dummett drilled into San-Maximin. Lofted up wide to DeAndre Yedlin here. And then short in there to Jonjo Shelvey. Stood up well. Almiron off the bar. Get rid of that, please, Hakimi. He's reacted well. Very, very nearly Newcastle level. That was really close. Good effort from Newcastle. Almiron unlucky to see that come back down off the woodwork. Goretzka will look for Rodrigo here. He's going to go again, Leon Goretzka. Going to need support, though. Plisic's there. We've got some support from Deepu. Take the advantage for the free kick. Goretzka could go back to N'Golo here, and he'll give it a whack. Ooh, good save by Dubravka. Did score a deflected effort at the weekend. N'Golo Kante, but that one was cleanly struck and headed towards goal, but saved by the keeper, and he can't get past Jonathan Dos Santos there. And now we're on the counter-attack with support. Could cause us some problems. San-Maximin, Dos Santos, out wide to DeAndre Yedlin. This is the pace that we were talking about earlier on in the game. Yedlin, Maximin, Almiron, and oh, where's that going to fall? Koulibaly brought it down there. I was hoping he'd just clear it, but brought it down and seemingly comfortable with it, but at no point did I feel comfortable in that move. Out wide to Pulisic. through that gap nicely. And Rodrigo moving around, finds Goretzka. Rodrigo there again, from the edge of the box perhaps, blocks from the edge of the box perhaps, no. Dubravka with the save again. Rodrigo's been the man of the moment in this episode so far, and in the past couple perhaps. Mateo Kovacic will chase after this again, and deliver it in again. Oh, it was a Chelsea player it came from. I was hoping that was going to be a defender that headed that, and the defender headed it onto the Chelsea man, and then meant Kovacic was offside, because Koulibaly was in the middle there, just waiting to nod that home from 5 yards, all on his own. That could have been 2-0 and game over. 10 minutes to go till half-time, it's still just the one. And there's still everything to play for here at St James's Park, and Newcastle are playing for it. Yedlin into the middle looking for Saint-Maximin. Hakimi away. Goretzka out wide here looking for Pulisic. Now Yedlin going from attack to defence. Still going to have to utilise that pace. I'm going to have to keep him away from me. Pulisic there. Into Goretzka, back to Goretzka, Leon Goretzka on his left, Marcel intercepts, and away we go. Oh, it was meant for Kante, and it's picked off by Jonathan Dos Santos. Here's Miguel Almiron, back to Jonjo Shelvey, Dos Santos forward again. Wide there to Matt Ritchie, down the line to Maximin, or Saint-Maximin, and there's numbers in the middle. Emerson needs to win that, he hasn't, and Almiron will have his goal this time. Off the bar earlier on, we're seemingly rather susceptible to cross balls at the minute in today's episode. Stood up well, and Emerson's there, but how many times have we seen that? The defender rooted to the spot and just goes for a big heading animation, almost ignoring the fact that they're under any pressure from an attacker whatsoever. Almiron nips in, gets the header there, and Newcastle level on the brink of half-time. We're going to have to come from level terms again, back to the drawing board, and try and get ourselves in front in the second half. Because it's not going to happen now, because I'm waiting for the referee to blow his half-time whistle, which he will now do. Kante, Rodrigo. I'm going to go for it in this second half. Going to be really aggressive. Try and get a couple of goals to get an advantage back, and then look to build on it. Our goal difference is okay, or was okay at the beginning of the episode, like +5 or something like that. But with a 2-goal win against Watford, that's up to +7, I believe. I think we were scored 17, conceded 12. I think I remember seeing that on our column. And then obviously we'll have improved that to +7 with a 2-goal win over Watford. Stayed at +7 with a draw against Fulham. And now I'd really like to get quite a few more goals over the next few games if we can, just to open up an advantage over those that are chasing us for that top 4 spot, or more importantly, those that are above us at the top of the table. Oh, okay then. Alain Saint-Maximin, are you sure? Absolutely destroyed me there. Thankfully, Pulisic's tracking back, and we'll get to that. That's the first time the AI has really genuinely made a mockery of me with that sort of dribbling. Pulisic could get in behind it if he actually goes for it, which he is now doing, but Kante's ball is blocked. Look at that to Pulisic. Kante's kept his run going. N'Golo's in the box here. N'Golo! Can't finish. It's RODRIGOAL, but not N'Golo, unfortunately. Dos Santos shrugs off the challenger, Goretzka. Easier said than done. Here's James Milner. Swept out right to DeAndre Yedlin. Turns back well. Pulisic steps in. Got some changes that have been made. Jadon Sancho is now on the field on the right-hand side. We'll look to utilise just his electric pace. Matt Reese just gave up on that. Unfortunately, he's not really anyone in the box to aim for at the minute. But there on the edge is Leon Goretzka. We'll pull that back. It's Mateo Kovacic. Oh, through the keeper. We are in front again. Let's keep it that way this time around. I want to have a look at that shot and have a look at the keeper. I don't know whether he was moving one way and then went back the other. He's moving to his right. No, he's moving to his left. It's in that little area just next to you. We don't know whether to go with a leg or to kind of try and drop and use your hands and just kind of scoop it wide. Awkward position for a goalkeeper that, and Kovacic has finished that really nicely. We're back in front at St James's Park. I definitely want to keep it that way. DeAndre Yedlin down the line nicely to Jonjo Shelvey. Cross to be delivered, and is delivered well. Kepa with a better punch than we've seen on occasion from the Spaniard. Goretzka, we'll just roll that back. This is a good move. If we can get Hakimi in on this right-hand side, cut back, lose Matt Ritchie, deliver a good ball in, and Jadon Sancho can't get to the header, so never mind, we're not going to score. He's on Saint-Maximin on the counter. Back there to Shelby, quick 1-2. John Joe Shelby played in again. Don't fancy him for pace, but he's got support. Emerson does well, though. Until then, Emerson does well, though. Christian, you're going to run for me? You just go stand there. Well, we'll go back to Emerson again. And I see Jadon Sancho arriving at the back post. It's Rodrigo. No, it is Sancho. No, it's not. It's Paul Dummett. But the ball falls to eventually. And Goretzka brings that down. Jadon hit it early. Oh, just wide. Oh, there to James Milner. Oh, cheeky little back heel. It's John Joe Shelby. Jonathan Dos Santos. John Joe Shelby again from Saint-Maximin. Looking back for it from Almiron. And Rudiger with a vital interception to deny them when Richie's offside. Well, considering I said at the beginning of the episode that these weren't really three of the more glamorous ties that you face in a Premier League season, they've been through the most entertaining games that we've had all save, let alone just this season. Plenty of goals, loads of action, and hopefully for us, by the end of it, 7 points. I said I wanted at least. I would have loved 9, and we were very close to getting 9, but Fulham denied us that. Sancho does well to win that back there, and Hakimi, I'll just lay that in front of Kovacic. I don't want to lose possession and get caught on the counter right at the death. That's victory away from home at St James's Park. The fans will be pleased with that. I'm pleased with that. We'll take the 3 points. That should put us above them in the league now. It was vital that we won that game because of the way that the league table looks. We'll go to the post-match interview here. We dominated the game, twice as many chances as them. Liverpool face Cardiff. Bournemouth are at the top of the table currently, but they're not playing there. At least I didn't glance at them. Let's see what the questions are. Kovacic is continuing his hot run of form. How satisfied are you with his performance today? To be fair, he did really well. They do love Mateo Kovacic in these press conferences, but this time he did at least score a goal and impact the game. So fair play. Chelsea's unbeaten in the Premier League so far. Yeah, we're on a decent unbeaten run, but I'm not getting obsessed with it. We just want to make sure that we keep the run going. Managed to win a close match with a decisive goal in the second half. What do you think made the difference today? The substitutes, I think. But we could have put the game beyond doubt. I'm not going to say that. We were the better team. We had twice as many chances. And I felt the more dominant of the two sides on the field. But I'm not sure what the situation is in the league table right now. Reece James was last one. So it would be Tammy and Callum Hudson-Odoi to get trained again. Tammy's sprint speed now up to 85. The way that Rodrigo's been banging it into the back of the net, Tammy's really having trouble getting into that first team spot. Rudiger's asking to play more often. You did just play. I'll tell him he still has his place in the squad. And I'll tell Christensen that squad rotation is important. He will get some football. In fact, everybody will get football in the month of December because it's very, very busy. We'll play Tottenham, Southampton and Villa tomorrow and sim the game against Scunthorpe in the Cup. And then we will play Everton, Leeds and Everton, Leeds and Man United and sim Cardiff in the episode after that before we head to the January transfer window. We've got plenty of money to spend in January, but I genuinely don't know where I'd want to spend it because everyone is playing well so far. Another training injury on the first of the month. Tammy Abraham out for 6 days. These first of the month things really need to go. Like training injuries on the first month is just so. You guarantee someone's going to get injured on the first of the month 6 of the 8 months that you're in a Premier League season, or just any given season. It's silly, really. Anyway, that's all for this one. I'm not going to start ranting again. I've done enough of that about FIFA 20 career mode. Thank you very much for watching. Actually, let's show you quickly the league table, shall we? Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. That does put us above Newcastle now on goal difference. We were talking about it in that last game. Everton now top of the table ahead of Bournemouth. We have Tottenham in our next Premier League game, which will be massive because they could go above us. We're all on 26 points there. We're only 4 off top spot, and that is the aim this season, winning the Premier League. I'll see you tomorrow.